Well, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host once again today. And let me tell you, it's been a crazy day. If you're a Detroit Lions fan, it's hard for me to even keep up with some of this news. I do want to give a shout out real quick to longtime Lions Talk Live member Bergs. I'm out showing a house, and you know what? He shoots me a text, says, hey, we got some news that's hitting the wire as far as Lions coaching staff, hires, fires, removals, whatever you want to say. The Lions are making moves today. Obviously, as you can tell, this is like my 15th video of the day. Hard to believe it's the off season when you got news like this coming on in at us. So what I'm going to say before we get into the meat of today's video, or at least this video for today, if you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so, making a push to get to 5,900. And if you aren't subscribed, if you would be considering of doing that, that'd be really great and kind of you, and I really appreciate it. Also, if you enjoy the content of the video, don't be afraid to hit that thumbs up button. All right, let's see if I can get all this right, because you know what? We got a lot of things going on. All right, so let's start off with this. As you can probably tell from the thumbnail, Detroit Lions are moving on from Dre Bly and John Scott. Both of them Lions, defensive coordinator, or excuse me, defensive coaching staff. Dre Bly and John Scott will not return for the Lions in the upcoming season. Additionally, Brian Duker, who I wasn't able to get into the thumbnail, is out as he reportedly, but he left to go to the Miami Dolphins coaching staff. Team officially did put a pen to paper in regards to Deshaun Townsend, Terrell Williams, and Jim O'Neill. I tried to get that all mashed into the thumbnail and not try to make it too invasive for everybody, but you get it. There were a lot of moving and shaking today, plus the breaking news I had earlier today about the head of college scouting department for the Detroit Lions getting requests for interviews. So a lot of news on an off day for the Lions. Is any of this really big news? Anything really groundbreaking or earth-shaking? Probably not. Dre Bly, obviously a former player, beloved by, I would say, the vast majority of Lions fans out there. We're not given specifics. The only thing I can say is it seems a lot sort of like Audrey Pleasant a year ago, where maybe between Aaron Glenn and the head of the defensive backs coach or the positional coach in that regard, just not on the same page where they wanted to go with things. I think most people felt Dre Bly would be an upgrade in that particular position over Audrey Pleasant. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, at least in the eyes of the coaching staff. So Bly is no more with the team. John Scott, isn't going to return, and I'm going to say I don't really have any information one way or the other there why that particular change took place, especially when you're talking about a month removed from the season, or 3 weeks, whatever it ends up being. But you get the point. It's been a while. Now, in regards to Townsend's hire, Terrell Williams and O'Neill, I think most Lions fans are agree this is a bit of an upgrade, and we're eager to see what happens. Bergs, I do want to say again, thanks for getting me this information. As soon as I got back from work, I got on the mic to try to get to you guys as quick as possible. I have heard some rumors that John Fox is gone, but not because of his, like they're kicking him out. It's just, I think given his age and where he's at in life, he just wants to move on. I don't have any reason to believe from anything I've heard that John Fox was basically put to the curb and asked to head out. I think it's of his own volition, and just, again, given his age and where he is in life, he just wants to spend more time away from football and with family and friends. So I totally get that. So let's go ahead and see what you guys got to say about all this. Trump, woo! First woo of the show. Joseph, what do you got? Hey, Coach. Hey to you. Hopefully having a good one. Bergs, do it. All right, fair enough. And thanks for getting me that message, buddy. One Funky, long time no see. Good to see you, and glad to see you. Steve, let's go, baby. Yeah, a lot of changes today, 100%. One Funky, Bly hasn't shown he can coach at any level. He wasn't good at North Carolina, and why did they think he would work here? Just given his credentials, and he get the vast majority of the staff for the Detroit Lions are former players. I think they were wanting to roll the dice too in that regards. Yeah, Bergs, John Fox too. Yeah, I did. I tried to throw that in real quick, and yeah, Trump's same thing there. So I'll just say this: where all this goes, who knows? We're gonna have to wait and see what the coaches do on the field, what the product is as far as their impact on the Lions. But clearly, the Lions felt a shakeup was needed, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They've gone ahead and rolled the dice on a few people. Now, I will say this. I think from everything I'm able to ascertain from talking to different people with a lot more knowledge about some of these new hires in Townsend, Williams, etc., these should all be significant upgrades, especially to what their assignments are within the coaching ranks of the Detroit Lions. I think it sounds like we're going to see a lot more assertive and aggressiveness and on the front seven of the Detroit Lions. What they're going to do in the back end, let's wait and see. But in regards to Townsend and Williams specifically, everyone I've talked to and with knowledge of their coaching abilities have all said the same thing. These are home runs for the Detroit Lions. People can say that. Now we need to see what's going to happen in the offseason and what will happen in the preseason with these guys. A lot of, I did not anticipate in any way, shape, or form having to go on the mic multiple different times with breaking news today, but it is what it is. Lions are making some moves, and you know what? It's probably not going to be lost to anybody that are doing this prior to really the draft and potential free agent signings, any of that type of stuff, because the Lions want the entire coaching staff pointed in the same direction, row the boat, pedal the bike, whatever you want to say. They want everybody on board. And before, they even get into anything regarding the draft and putting everybody through the combines and stuff, they want everybody on board as far as who their guys are, what they want from players. And I would say this speaks volumes to what MCDC, Brad Holmes, and the rest of the coaching staff feel about these new hires. They want them on board before they even do anything draft related. One Funky wasn't a fan of Fox anyways. He's too much of a 4-3 guy when this team has more 3-4 talent. Always confused me. I'll go with that. My old what's up? Yeah, just a bunch of new hires and some removals, I guess you could say. They didn't word it as firings, but when you're not asked to return, when you're asked to clean out your locker and your office, I would say this: you might not be fired, but you're not coming back here. How about that? All right, Jason, seems a lot quieter with new windows. It is, yes, now that they're not banging on the window right here, foot and a half away from me, probably should be a little bit more quiet. Hook into it. Hey, Coach, double overtime. I missed the whole show. It happens, man. You can always rewind. But I will say this, a lot of different news today. You guys all probably saw the thing earlier today in regards to Hudspeth, the director of college scouting. If you haven't checked out that video, I'm really hoping we can retain him and don't lose him. But at the same time, being a little selfish here as a coach, somebody gets a great opportunity, you wish them the best and don't wish them that they don't get that opportunity. All right, let's see. Jason, what do you got? Family or bust, Superdome or bust? There we go. All right, fair enough. What do you got? Fields, what do you got? AG better get busy, no excuses. Yeah, there's a lot of truth to that, because of what I brought up earlier about Audrey Pleasant, and now you're getting rid of Dre Bly. It sure feels like to me you're putting a lot of blame on the secondary, on the positional coaches, and not the schematic coach of the whole program. So you're onto something there, I think, Fields. Matthew, did you see Tracy Walker goodbye on Instagram? Very well done. Yeah, and I have nothing. I'm guessing like just about every Lions fan, nothing but high praise to say about Tracy Walker. Outstanding person, former captain, did everything he could for this team, especially during the down times. It's unfortunate it didn't work out for him. It's unfortunate it's a business, and it's unfortunate that he's no longer going to be here. But at the end of the day, we all need to keep in mind this is a business, and being part of a coach means that at some point, even though I think MCDC is very charismatic, he loves his players to death. That's the tough part about coaching. At some point, you have to make coaching decisions based on the team and not the individual's needs. One person's need can't supersede, 50 some other guys on that field, plus the coaching staff. Polar Bear, Chris Jones liked the Lions Twitter account. And I did see your comment about that earlier. I didn't want to do a video on it just because, man, I get it. It's definitely noteworthy that Chris Jones did it. It's definitely probably something that's going to grab some likes. Hell, man, I guess when I get off of this, I'll roll the dice. I'll do another video on Chris Jones liking the Lions Twitter account, because you know what? That will probably get a ton of views, right? So when I end this show, I'll do another video real quick. I'll put Chris Jones on it and something. If you guys want to hop back in, we'll go for about 5 or 10 minutes on that topic. Thomas, what I miss out on today? Oh boy, buddy, a whole lot, Thomas. All right, so if let's see, just to recap. Lions hired Townsend, Williams, and O'Neal on the coaching staff while letting go of John Scott and Dre Bly from the coaching staff. So there's in a nutshell. And on top of that, the Lions director of college scouting, Thomas, Brian Hudspeth, he's had requests from 3 different teams that I'm privy of throughout the NFL who would like to hire him in a higher position with their franchise. Obviously, this is an indication for the second straight offseason. The Lions college scouting department is being targeted by other teams to win over some of those people because of the great returns the Detroit Lions coaching staff has had in drafts in selecting players and first round, second round, et cetera, throughout the draft. So other teams are trying to pick apart our coaching staff or scouting department, which I get. It's going to happen in any profession, any sport. All right, one funky. Jones is going to get a bag this year. Yeah, Chris Jones would. David Thomas, what? Yeah, hopefully you've got some of this, man. I don't want to keep repeating it. Big D, I see that Chris Jones did that also. Yeah, once I'm off the air here in about a minute or two, I'll do another video on Chris Jones. Dr. Dre, good info. Thanks, Coach. Anytime, man. And glad to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a day or two, so I'm glad you're doing okay. All right, Chris Jones, baby. Yeah, that would be something. One funky, in my opinion, AP was let go because he was the pass game coordinator. He wasn't successful in that department, so it made sense he was let go. Yeah, and it just seems, there's probably some correlation with Dre Bly now being let go. But to your point, yes, Pleasant, he became the fall guy, and I get it. The secondary and the defense did much better once that change happened. Thomas, I'll shock faces. All right, Matthew, ever seen a new playoff idea? You kick off, go for an onside kick. If you recover and score, then you win. If you don't recover, then no big deal because you get the ball second. This is true. Yeah, that might be something that might be actually a pretty good idea, Matthew. Lions talk with the bad guy. Wait, you're live again. Don't you do the morning or no? Yes, I did do the morning. Then I did a breaking news story with the scouting department. And now I'm doing one here, and I'm about ready to do another one with Chris Jones. All right, Patrick, as much as I like Bly, he wasn't that great of a coach no matter where he was at, college or pros. His defensive backs also struggled. Yeah, I would agree with that. All right, guys, give me about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to end this show, and I'm going to do one on Chris Jones. If you guys want to hop on, like I said, give me 3 or 4 minutes just to get the thumbnail ready, get everything all set. And then I'll see you guys right back on the next Lions Talk Live. If you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. Also, hit that thumbs up thingy, whatever you want to call it. And I'll see you guys in about 3 or 4 minutes. Take care.